Oh, it's cold. Howdy, y'all. It's Russell back with Gwinnett Lawns in beautiful and very cold and windy Atlanta, Georgia. Today is, what is today? November the 22nd. It's actually Friday. So we don't normally work on Friday, but we have to because of the rain out on Tuesday. So if you look at my past videos, I had a lot more leaves. That's the technique. You just let them blow. They blow out across the street into Mr. my neighbor Mr. Jim over there's gotten a bunch of my leaves. You can all tell this is from the ginkgo tree in my front yard. I'm the only one in the neighborhood. Well, I'm the only one that has one of these that I've seen. That tree is almost 20 years old and it's only that big. It's a slow growing tree. So I've got multi-layers on right now and I'm freezing, but I'm not gonna sit there and complain about it anymore because, hey, we're working. All right, so here's a question. Do you guys work in this type of environment? Now, keep in mind, if we were just mowing, it's a complete non-issue. But for you guys that do leaves, maybe you're doing mulch and all this, does this, and I'm not talking about this little bit of breeze. It's going to be like 30 miles an hour gusts, maybe 35. It's been like that for the last 3 days. Fortunately, it has, hold on, put this down. Fortunately, it has helped to dry out the soaking wet ground. Let me open this lock right here. So we're gonna see if the mowers start. They will. They're not a big fan of this cold weather, but if you have problems with your mowers starting, I'm sorry guys, I need a third hand. If you have problems with your mowers starting, please make sure that your valves are adjusted properly. All right, so here's my trim star. It's got 1175 or so hours. This one has 271 hours. So I always check the oil every single day just to make sure it's got plenty of oil. If you have to buy one of these engines, they're about just the engine, the part, they're like $1,700. All right, now I'm going to show you. I haven't touched these. I just opened this up, so everything is cold. It's about 30. I'm going to say it's about 32, 33 degrees in here. So let's see. It's not going to like it, but it should start. So I'm gonna let those run for about 10 minutes. And so that's basically the question of the day. And I'm not gonna talk about mowers. I know you guys are probably sick of me going over mowers, about what I'm gonna get or not get. Anyway, so that's the question. When you have windy days like this in your area, are you gonna work? We do. The only thing that I wouldn't do is pine straw or pine needles. If you're not in the South, you probably think it's really, really weird that we use that, but, and let me just show you if you're not familiar. I'm gonna have to trim this bush, this lower pedal today. But this pine straw, this is 99% of what we use here. Some people use mulch, but pine straw is, well, it's king around here, so that's what we use. But anyway, I'm gonna going to trim these bushes too. So they're out of hand. I'm surprised I have not gotten a letter from the HOA. They usually will send letters out. But anyway, yeah, let me know in the comments below if you guys work in this type of weather. If you're in the South where you do pine straw, will you try to lay the pine straw? I've done it in weather like this. In fact, I did it a couple videos ago. Did I? Yeah, it was on a time lapse. But I was able to wet the pine straw after we did it, and that helps to lock it down. And then a couple days later it rained. So that pretty much, once you wet it, it would have to be really, really, really super strong wind for it to try to lift it up. But as you can see, this pine straw, I need to redo this, but it's going nowhere. So yeah, let me know in the comments about that. Also, I would also like to know at what temperature your mowers have trouble starting. I don't know where everybody watches, where you're from. If you're up north, it's probably significantly colder. But at what temperature do your mowers really have a problem starting, and do you use starting fluid? I know that when the temperature gets in the 20s, these mowers are really hard to start, even with the valves adjusted. There is the tension, there's a manual tension chain on the back of the hustlers that you can loosen, which will help to start the engine. It'll let it spin over a little faster. It takes the tension off the hydros. I've never used it, but it's a thing in the manual that you can do. So if it's really, really cold, that is available to do. Then it's not trying to spin the hydros over, and then as soon as it starts, you just tension the chain and lock it back in. So it's a pretty cool feature. But yeah, fortunately, not gonna have to work tomorrow. And next week is Thanksgiving, so looking forward to some days off. Hopefully it'll get a little warmer. But anyway, just respond down in the comments below about those questions, and I will talk to you guys on the next video.